a minute. So
Yes.
okay.
I'm just recording, going live.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, got it. Yes, here we go. Hallelujah. Okay, welcome. This is an awesome day. This is an incredible day. I want to welcome each and every one of you in this wonderful time to be together, to share together our experiences of healing and what God is doing and what we're experiencing and how we live in our life, powerfully and, wholeheartedly. So I want to welcome you. This is what we do on a weekly basis every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. As of now, of course, this is what we do and encourage you to bring people and that may have any questions or, just want to experience, even if if you don't have healing yet, but you're interested, you have a question, you want to ask a question, you want to get to know from those that have been using it for at least a little while, what the experiences are. So this is a platform for it, for you to ask your questions. It's a platform for it, for you, whatever it is, or to make a suggestions, and wherever you are welcomed. So this is an open platform for us to discuss, for us to share, for us to experience, from learn from each other. So again, I want to welcome you. And this is Healy, our experiences, our wholeness and wellness. And I welcome you again. So we're going to, before we continue, we want to do our disclaimer, and I want to invite you to read it. I want to invite you to, let me see, I want to make you co-host. So if you can, Destiny, if you want to do that, it would be so good.
All righty. So I can get to start here. There it goes. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm Destiny, and I'm so blessed to be here with you ladies today. Ladies for now, unless we have some gentlemen that join us. I'm going to go ahead and just read the official disclaimer real quick for Healy. Healy is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration only for local relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has a non-medical applications that can be used for individualized microcurrent frequencies, or IMFs, to harmonize your bioenergetic field. Always use your Healy in accordance with its instructions for use. So there we go. We have to get that out of the way before we talk things.
Yes. Yes, and that's under that statement is where we operate. So just in case you have any questions and and any comment, we want to make sure that we are on that alignment of what of the disclaimer. So thank you very much for reading that. And I want to actually have it open. You said you had somebody want to introduce first.
I do actually. Kathy, are you able to unmute yourself or maybe your camera or anything? Okay, I got to tell you real quick. This is so cool. This is so funny how this lady and I met, okay? I was literally at the post office just, a few days ago, and I was wearing my Healy mask in the post office. It's a great way to advertise. And she looks at me, oh my gosh, Healy. And she runs up to me and she's like, you have a Healy. And, we just started this whole conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh. I live on such a small mountain. It's amazing that, Healy is now being introduced on the mountain like it is. And so we had this amazing conversation about programs and what we do and all this kind of stuff. It just was really, really awesome. Now she is on a different team, but I invited her because she's also a very strong believer in the Lord. And what's really cool is we thought maybe we would partner up in town and just kind of share Healy with people in our town. And so I invited her to come in, and she invited me to come into her group just to, we're all on the same team. So, as far as, in the Lord. So But anyway,
Okay, and she said her computer is too old for camera, and that's fine. We can
Yeah.
hear your voice.
Okay, she
Okay,
can
that's
hear
good.
us.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's
Well,
fine.
awesome. I just wanted you to know who she was, and very sweet lady. And I'm looking forward to spending a little more time with her and introducing Healy to people. But anyway.
And that's, I mean, I applaud. That's really good, Destiny, because this is open. It's not, you don't have to be a part of my group or your group. This is about people coming to learn. So it doesn't matter where, Caroline, she has her own group that she goes, she's a part of, but yet she's a part of our leadership. And I mean, here as well. So it's just being connected. I mean, as many as places we can connect and be able to share and connect. That's the best way to go, of healing. So anyway, Kathy says
Well, we're
sorry.
excited to have you, Kathy, and we'll chat. We'll follow up and chat after we're done here if you want. So
Is she able to say words? And she's hi, Kathy. Okay.
Yeah, she just was able to type, so I don't think that's all she can do. She said her computer's too old. So anyway.
Okay, for video. Okay.
So.
Oh, hey. Diane is in the house. Okay. So if you want to start with questions, if not, I want to give a little bit overview of what was discussed today, and we go from there. If not, so I don't know which other. Yes. Okay. Diane has some questions. Okay, go ahead, Diane.
Does anybody have the watch?
I don't have the watch yet. I do know that that Nalita has a watch, but
I have the watch.
Oh, you do? Okay. Tell us a little bit about it.
I have the Fitbit, and it's on its last leg. Excuse me, last legs. So I'm considering getting the watch, but I'm not sure. Does it do blood pressure and all of that as well as the Healy stuff?
It does. It tracks your sleep.
So
it'll tell you when you went into REM, like the different levels of sleep that you get. It does that, and how many hours of sleep, and it does that on the app on your phone. Okay, that's how you read it. You don't read it on your watch.
On the phone. That's good, because too little anyway, probably.
And then the other thing is, on the watch you don't get it'll do your not your blood pressure, but it'll do your BPM. It'll track your heart rate, and it'll give you a readout, and you can see that on your watch. The other thing that it will do is you can do like your breathe exercises. You can do that on your watch. You can also do like you'll get like when you get a message on your iPhone or on your Android, that it will pick that up and tell you. So it works that way in conjunction with your phone that way, which is nice. It doesn't put frequencies into you.
It just measures where you're at.
It measures where you're at. It doesn't, and so I personally, it'd be like, man, that'd be great if it would put frequencies into you. But that's why you have to have a Healy, because it will tell you. Because one of the things it does is the clock meridian, which is different than the meridians 1 and 2 programs that you have on your Healy. And it gives you the it'll come up with what meridians need to be run based on the clock, because our bodies need different frequencies at different times, and so it will pick that up as to what you need to be running. And so then you run that on your Healy, not on
your phone,
not on the watch, but on the Healy. You'll run that.
Watch,
yes.
Right.
And it tells you, so it gives you a lot of information. It tracks walks. Now, I'll tell you one thing it doesn't do. It does not track swimming.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, and see, I'm a swimmer. Well, and that's what I say too, Diana. Diana, that's because I'm a swimmer and I like having a swimming tracker. And so, but it doesn't track the swimming.
Okay. So when we do an analysis and it has the watch things on our new resonance, and it's come up a lot for me. Do I just run it or vibrate it? Because I don't even know what they are.
So when you do an all an all program
All
scan,
Healy, and it comes up the
top 5
digital nutritional watch, not the other digital. I know. Okay, so I had a discussion with this with a gal this morning, and I'm not exactly sure, Mama O, you may know what's happening with that, but we have a lot of programs, those of us that came in during this previous time, we have a lot of stuff on our resonance.
Yes, we do.
But now you're not going to get some of those pink dots. So you're not going to get the microcurrent, but you are going to get the resonance currents of all of this. Like I have animal programs.
Right. But
that I run on my dog, who, by the way, has a power problem.
Control.
Oh.
You. But yeah, it's like I'm really waiting for them to come out with some explanations as to what some of these programs are, like with what they did with the microcurrents. Every program's listed and what it does and what area it affects.
Yeah. I think they've been spending so much time updating their back office and trying to get the business platform set up that they haven't been able to focus on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a long way off, Diana. Okay.
Yeah. But you can do some research. Yeah. Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, last conversation, or somebody who was asking, I think it was Baron guy was the head of operation, and he was saying that the reason why they didn't put all the new stuff up, I think they tried, and then there's a certain linguistic construct. There's a certain verbiages that the FDA don't want to see. So they have to go and they have to go and examine everything, make sure that, and then they have to okay it before they put it back on. So they pulled, I know the vitalization one, I don't know, another one that they started working on. So that's what I say, as soon as they finished all the this and make sure that it's in a, again, we don't want the organization to be, blackballed or, cut down or shut down. So they are really trying to make sure that they follow the protocols that are being set in place by FDA. So that's what he said. We pulled us down because it was something I was supposed to put up in order to make sure that it's in alignment with what FDA says and before they put it back on. And after you finish, they go through all this, and then they have to go in for examination, and when you get their stamp, and they put it back on. So it may be a little while, but they working day in and day out. So yes, yeah.
The other thing is before we got all the new stuff, I really liked the way the resonance was set up, because all the things that you could vibrate were at the top of the list. And then all the microcurrents were together at the bottom of the list. Now they're all over the place. It's like, how do you find?
I was wondering about that too. Is it because there are different programs that go with it? Are they like additional?
They don't seem to be in any little, kind of category. So that's why I was wondering. I don't know if you guys have input into anything that they can, that they could rearrange it so that, because I vibrate my water, I vibrate morning, noon, and night, and so it was nice to have them all right there. I didn't have to. They weren't mixed in with the microcurrent ones. It was just easier. Right. So I don't know if you can, just.
Caroline, do you know why they have a repeat of the programs? Because I was looking and it looked like it had the same number next to it as the other one. So I thought maybe they might have been different frequencies. I'm talking about the
repeat. Oh no, those are different frequencies.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yes. So like when you have Schultzer salts 1 and Schultzer salts 2,
they're different.
Two separate.
Okay.
They're different frequencies in each section.
I didn't even realize it until like a couple days ago. And I was like, oh, and then I went and I vibrated. I was like, oh, that's different than the other one. And so I thought that was really interesting to see that. I mean, do the analyzation on it.
So what they did is they kept the programs that we used to have, and then they added the new ones, but they're not all together. Right. So some are up here, some are down here. Then the watch things are in there, and the animal things.
So we just have to have grace for the Germans.
Yeah. That's it. I know. But also want to give them with the grace, also with the kudo, I say, because everything that is required of them, they are working it. They are working it. If the FDA said, they go back. So I really give them, really acknowledge them as an organization. I say acknowledge them as organization, acknowledge what they're doing, acknowledge their commitment. Just think about it, even what they're doing now, that the corporate, they're teaching, so it's twice. They're teaching on Tuesday, they're teaching on Thursday, just ABC for everybody. So it's like, just kind of making it, they making it so simple, making it so easy so that all our questions are answered. And I like what Kathy just reminded us, and they said it today, that, with FDA, we can't say this disease, we can't say cure, whatever, we can't say anything. We just harmonization of the body. And we want to make sure that when we are talking with someone, that we know the language to use or the vocabulary to use, that, we don't deal with anything that is going to contrarily, affect our organization. I do love this organization. I do love the aim is to make sure that they empower each of us, empower each individual, with the tools to take care of their own health. So I really, really admire that. So this is I know some people have been using frequency like for health before. This is my first time to actually have it as like, as a tool for health. But I know about frequency, and I know about, we speak the frequency of heaven, we sing over this, and we do all those things. But in terms of having it, I say a particular tools, for, okay, I have migraine or have whatever it is, and I want to bring that harmony into my body. So I do acknowledge them. So
it's awesome. I know. I wear it every day, use it every day. My life has been changed because of it.
I hear you.
Have one more question. I hate to take up all your time, but
no, you're not. That's okay. This is the platform for it.
My clip broke, so I put in a ticket, and they sent me an email and said they were sending me a new, I think they said device. I have to look at the email. And then I got a thing from FedEx for a return. So I'm sure if they're replacing it, they want my old one back, but I haven't gotten the new one.
Yeah.
And it's been a little while, and I'm getting nervous because.
Well, I wouldn't be nervous, first of all, because they said they would do it. You have emails for tracking. So
they will do it.
They will replace it, and they will replace it. My clip broke also. I have not put in my ticket to do that, but actually I need to do that. I've been needing to do that for a couple of weeks. I've just been kind of putting it off. I'm not sure about the return. And I wouldn't, if you have a question, I would like email them again and say, do you need, and ask them specific, do you need my broken Healy first before you release my replacement?
Well, I can't give it up. I'm still using it.
You use it every day. I get it.
I know, but then that way you'll have but then that way you'll have the answer.
Till I get my new one.
But then that way you'll have the answer. That's
I understand.
And I do understand. I wouldn't want to give them my Healy until I get my new one. Okay.
That's right. That's
right. If they replace it, will my coil work with it? Will they transfer the coil?
Yeah, well, the coil can work with anyone. Like I can put my coil in my husband. It can work. Yeah.
Oh, so it's just connected to your Healy, because we had
no. It's like no, it's not. Okay. It's not connected. You can use it to anyone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. See?
Yes.
Learn something new every day. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. So also, mine also broke, and I think I shared it last time. And I still need to go check and see, because when I put the ticket, they asked me to take a picture.
Yes.
And then so I took a picture, but then I had gone to that road show, and they put that clip. So I don't know if they're looking at the clip. They're like, you know what? I think you're fine. No, but I think they're gonna send it to me, so I just need to check and see.
This irritated my neck, and so I just made these little things to, it's just cotton, it's soft, so it doesn't irritate my neck, so.
Yeah, well, I have mine like this. So I take a pin and I can pin it here. And I showed it to you last time, so I pin it here or pin it wherever,
I'm looking for that little ring. I need a little ring that'll fit in there, so then I have a lot of these clips, you know, what do you call them? That you can clip your keys and stuff with, like this.
Oh yeah, that's very big though. That's very big. So what you can,
it's small down here. So if I had the little clip that you have,
but you know what? If you have you know, the clip that you use for to hold paper, what's that called? Can you see this? Paper clips. So if you get the paper clip, you know, you can do a circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do a circle. Put it in first. Put it in, or do your circle. Okay, like I make jewelry. So if you have any plier, I mean, to something, just make a circle. Yeah, make a circle and put it there, and then get your safety pin. I think is that safety pin. That's what Julie had mentioned.
Yeah, I kind of like.
Yeah, that little stuff, and use a safety pin or the bobby pin. You know, we use for diapers. You know, whatever. So and just do it. Just use that and roll it into a circle. Can you see it?
Yeah. So, I'm sure I have one of those little key ring things that's small enough to fit in there, but if they're sending me a new one, I'll live with this for a while.
Yeah. My clip is actually starting to get loose too. And when I was at the Healy Roadshow, there was a guy there that was actually removing people's clips for them and then putting on the little tab, telling you, don't throw that away. Most people throw it away not knowing what it is.
I know, I kept mine, thank goodness. So
yeah, and so I'm glad that I know now, but I know that at least if this does finally, you know, clip off or break off or whatever, then I can use that.
Yeah, it lasted almost the whole year.
So I would do it now, you know, like see what I did. You can now make it into a small circle and open it, and then, you know, just like that. So you can make it into it, so then you cut the edge and then have it there. So you can create that while you're waiting. I don't know if you saw it. So you use that paper clip, and then use one end and just kind of make it, bend it down, make a little circle, circle here. Again, because I make jewelry, so and then you're able to stick it in there.
See if I can find a colored one to match me.
What do you say?
She wants to match.
If I can find a colored one to match me.
Cool. Yeah, they have colored paper clips. You could do that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, a lot. Yeah,
they do.
They have. It comes with different. I have pink ones. So like you're wearing pink. I have pink.
Ooh. Julie, what were you gonna say?
Only that quite early on, after I received my Healy, I didn't, because it was a new thing attaching it. The pin came out. I thought, oh my goodness, I've blown it now. I've ruined it. But I actually managed to get it in. You know, they're really hard because you've got you've got to push them both in at the same time. And actually, I managed to. And even with the coil in, so far so good. So I haven't had a problem since that time. So I actually got my pin back again. But I've got the lanyard alternative if I didn't want that. So I don't know if you've got that, Diane, as well.
Yes.
The lanyard.
Yes, I've got it on right now. But
oh, I see. You've got it as lanyard.
And I guess sometimes the clip can just come off and you can take the pin out and reinsert it. But mine, like most, actually cracked off. You know.
Oh, yeah. They're only very tiny, aren't they? Yeah. Really.
So it won't hold the pin. And I mean, I wore it every day for almost a year.
Wow.
You know, and that's clipping on, clipping off, clipping on, clipping.
Yes.
So that's a lot of wear and tear or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to get a frequency for our clips.
That's right. I like that one. Oh my goodness. Hi, Julie. I thought it was I thought this was the week that you begun. So
I realized actually that I won't miss it because I'm going away next Thursday to Sunday, not the Wednesday. So even though I should be busy, I should be able to come on. Yeah.
Good.
I'm going to see a show. Have you heard of River Dance?
Yes, I've seen it. I love it.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
so
seen it
cool.
live, and I should have gone last year, but of course, with all the pandemic. So I'm meeting a friend I used to go to school with and her husband. They're going, and then because I've been in touch with ever since this family since we were 11, so I'm actually going to stay with them for a few days in another city.
Oh wow!
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Wow.
I have to sort out my cats, and there's always lots to do. So, but yeah.
Are you gonna go with your cat?
Oh, of course. No, I've got 2 cats. My neighbour, a few doors away, she's a cat. We call her the cat lady because she looks after waste and strays, and her life revolves around cats and the birds.
Wow.
It's so sweet. So she'll come in and look after them. She'll feed them and whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks. But that's amazing, Mama O, that was several weeks ago I mentioned that. That's amazing that you, not that you shouldn't remember, but that's
I was already dreading not seeing your beautiful face for a while ago. She's gonna So I'm glad that you're still with us, and we appreciate you.
Well, I love being with you all as well. So.
Yes. So does anybody have any question or any other question or comment?
I'm going to make a comment only because some of us struggled with the gauge, telling us how well our our Healy, it would show up as being like 100%, 90%, and then all of a sudden, when you turned it on, it just, the flash was intermittent or wouldn't carry on, and then we'd plug it in, and some of us found that actually it was only 1%, and it was a real puzzle as to why they weren't syncing with what was the true gauge
of the battery. You're talking of the battery power?
Yes, the battery of the Healy. But well, one of the things I'm doing is I'm just being very, very careful how I shut it down. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you aren't, but I'm just making sure that I turn off Bluetooth, I close all the apps. I'm just doubly checking that I've closed it off properly, shut the program down, and it has been better, I have to say. Now, whether that's a coincidence, I don't know. But Doc Steve did mention on one of those programs they do, can't remember if it was Tech Tuesday, that he said it was to do with I'm sure he mentioned like an algorithm of the Healy, or is it to do with the Bluetooth? Anyway, that sometimes it shows up as that. So there was obviously other people having the same problem.
Well, way back when I first started, that was happening a lot for me. It would say it had 56%, and then it was dead. It's like, what happened? Each program doesn't take that much. So what he was saying is that, like everything, it kind of has to get synced up, or till it's actually accurately reporting because now I can do mine down to 22%. And it still runs the program. So I think it's a matter of, the other thing that they said to do, which I didn't do at the beginning, was when you charge it, not to let it stay on the charger once it's fully charged. In other words, remove it as soon as you can once it's fully charged. So I started doing that, and then it got way better. So I don't know exactly what the science is behind it, but
does anybody know how long it takes to charge once you're on an empty and it goes to full charge? Because I think what I need to do is set a timer on my phone, because I get busy running around and whatever. And I'm like, I come back and I'm like, oh, the light's off. I wonder how long it's been off.
I mean, it's not as long as you think. I mean, mine had run right down to 1. And I was just so, I don't know, for some reason I was available just to watch it. I was watching and doing other things, probably because you can run resonance. A bit awkward because it's being plugged in.
Right.
But it doesn't actually take that long. I'm sure might
About
not
2
even
or
have
3 hours, I think.
something
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
Between an
Okay.
hour and a half and 2 hours for me. About
Yeah,
Kathy,
something
Kathy
like that.
says hers is about an hour.
Around an hour, yes, that she said.
Yeah.
But what also he did so, which made me think that he said the higher the percentage, it will take up the charge more. That's what Dr. Steve was saying.
that
Which
the
makes-
the further down to zero you
Yeah.
are, the more charge it will, the
That's
longer
right,
it will take
yes.
to charge it. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Okay.
Yes. Well, that makes sense.
That makes
doesn't it,
sense.
really.
that makes sense.
Plus, but the other part of that, and I'm sure y'all probably all know this, but like with your phones, you don't need to keep your phones on the charger. You need to run them all the way down or as close to the bottom as possible and then charge them, because that extends the battery life.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way with my last phone.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, it's very
So
hard.
I'm sure the Healy's the same way. And I think it said that somewhere in
Yeah.
our literature, actually.
yes. The
Yeah.
only problem with when I charge, for some reason, it doesn't tell me when it's charged. You know, it's supposed to, the light's supposed to go off, isn't it? Or something
Yeah.
like that.
The
Mine
light
doesn't.
when it's fully charged, yeah.
Mine doesn't seem to.
Do that.
Well,
Hmm,
Okay.
interesting.
so, but I'm usually around, you know, like today, I charged it and I was cooking dinner or something. And
That's a
then
good
I remembered.
idea to set your phone, Destiny, and then check it and then set it again, you know, so that you
It
don't.
is a good idea, yeah. Well,
All
we know.
right. Any other person? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, this is all practical,
Yes.
Yeah.
necessary
Yes, to hear
things in there. Yes, yes.
Kathy, do you
Anyone
have
else?
Kathy, do you have any questions? I know that you can't use your mic or anything, but if you have a question, you can definitely type it in there.
Yeah, we can
And
see-
we'll, yeah.
no.
She
So-
doesn't.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay.
What
So
I did want, I had a question. I did actually, but I was waiting
Okay.
until everybody did their questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so generous of you,
Don't lie.
Destiny.
Has anybody studied any more about the materia medica? Because I've been trying to do a little bit more research on it, just because I think we talked about it previously that I run it, but I don't do a whole lot of vibrations on it because some of the things on there, I'm like, I'm not sure. But I thought maybe I would just share a little bit, just real quick. I'm not going to use my computer to show you, but I read a little bit of stuff on there that I thought was interesting just in doing some research online. And what I found out was that materia medica are Latin words that mean materials of medicine. And then it says that the various medicines used in homeopathy from the plant, mineral, animal, or chemical kingdoms. It says that material medica included knowledge of plants, where they grow in all season, methods for storage and shelf life of harvested materials. It also included directions for making juice from vegetables, dried powders and herb, and cold infusions and extracts. So what I thought was interesting about that was one of the main things that it said on there, you know, breakdown of plant, mineral, animal, and chemical kingdoms. That was one thing that I thought was a little strange regarding some of my readings. We talked about like, oh, where's Yvette? Oh, where's Yvette? Just I miss her. I just, we talked about this before. But you know how like one of them that pops up for me, and I read it also online, was the ink from the cuttlefish. We talked about that.
Oh yeah.
And so, is that like okay? Like, is that typical? Like, what is? I mean, in order for you to use the vibration of the frequency, I mean, of the animal. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying in that way, because I know, like with food, you know, we eat beef, we eat fish, we eat, you know. So there must be some sort of substance in that way, but I'm new to having an understanding of, you know, using animals or sea animals or whatever the case may be. Because what they do is they take, like say, when I was reading it, like an ink or whatever the case may be, and they put it in a, they go through this process of shaking it where it gets into a different kind of form. And then the doctors they customize based on what the people, the homeopathics, they customize based on the need of the person. So I just was curious if anybody else, you know, and I have more that I could share, but if you guys want to share.
Go ahead and share.
Okay,
Yes,
well, to try to have a better
please.
understanding, because I'm just like, okay, so it says that in homeopaths and in this kind of treatment, they use very low dose of preparations administered according to the principle, like should be cured, and what they do is, like for example, there was this one where they took like raw onions, which typically causes, like a stinging and irritation around the eyes and nose and clear nasal discharge. We know what onions do. And then they might prescribe it to patients, say with like hay fever, especially in like for the nose and the eyes. So that's just like one thing. Like, we know vegetables have a lot of different purposes. But it's interesting how they do something with it. And that was one of the things. Let's see if I can find it on here where they were talking about the process.
So that is actually a chemistry process of, okay, you do that in chemistry when you're changing the structure of a substance. And so that's regular protocol in chemistry.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
in the mixing that you were just saying, the shaking.
Yeah.
And I forgot, I can't think. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, they have it.
What that is, what the protocol, what that's called. I forgot for some reason, because my daughter does that all the time because she's a, she does all that
called
stuff.
succession or something, dilution and succession or succession.
Oh, well, there's tinctures, but I don't think that's a tincture.
It's anytime you change something from a solid to a liquid, and that's what they do a lot of, is like she said, the chemistry. But what's so awesome about this is because I would be hesitant to physically take those things, but I'm not hesitant to take the vibrations from them. Does that make sense?
Right. Well,
Because
that's the part that I was trying to try to understand is like the benefits of that. Yeah.
What?
The benefits of it, because it'll, how your Healy will say, it'll do the reading and then it'll say where you're at. And then it'll say, speak an affirmation about what the result is that you're looking for. Right. So, on the Material Medica, obviously there's a lot more detail to that. But then like a harmonization of, having peace and whatever you're stressed out about this or whatever the case may be. But what I just think is just so interesting is some of the parts of, I don't know, I'm trying to wrap my head around.
You don't understand like the parts of the animals, the animal parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever take, okay, I'm going to ask you something. Do you ever take that osocilium? You can get it at the drugstore. It's a little bitty homeopathic. It's for colds or for flus. Do you know what
I've seen it? I've seen it, but I've never taken it.
Okay. I take it all the time. My naturopath and at my chiropractor, like, she'll do muscle testing or whatever, and then that's usually something that she'll give me or, and I looked it up to see what it is. Okay. Just like, well, what is in this? Well, guess what's in it? It's goose liver or goose pancreas. That's what it's made of. Okay. But it's a homeopathic that's made from that. So now, of course, my kids, because I was like, okay, you have to take the, they start to get symptoms like you take this, and I dole it out to everyone. Okay. This is in years past. Well, they're like, quit giving me all that goose stuff, Mom. But it's the frequency that's within that has a healing effect within your body.
Yes.
And so that's the first thing that comes to mind. And that is what Materia Medica is, right? It's frequencies. It's different homeopathic stuff that's used in healing.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. Does that help a little bit?
No, it does. It does. I mean, and I figured, just in the rationale of my mind, because I'm so new to the stuff, was just like, well, if there's benefits to, like animals as substance for food, maybe it's possible that there is another way that they can be used for something. And I do know that in different cultures, like specifically like Indian cultures and, or, Middle Eastern or whatever, that they do tend to use different, substances or different things in a different way than what we would use them.
And I know that you're concerned about the DNA level, that is actually where you're going with this.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
So that's what we want. That's what
can I just say,
So
some things just come to my mind. It might not be the same track, but it helps me. I don't know if in your country you have things like broth, like using the bones of.
yes, the bone broth.
The bone broth, and I actually ordered some. I mean, it is quite expensive, but it's done so well. I'd never be able to get it to that substance because you'd have to boil it for hours and hours and hours. So I ordered it from a company. It's really, organic and very, very good. Well, that, if you think about that, that really is going down to the, like the bare bones. I mean, it's a bit of a pun.
Yeah, the bare bones, literally.
But, so I mean, that is goodness, isn't it? We accept that is good for our bodies. It's calcium and all the rest. So between you, Destiny, just even saying that word, so simple, what Materia Medica is, material as a medicine, that immediately helps me to understand it a little bit more. And then what you've just said, Caroline, and so I just think unpacking it is really good. We're unpacking this.
Yeah, because it's been kind of bugging me lately, and I'm just like, I don't know, should I vibrate that one?
Am I gonna get some animal DNA into my body? Am I gonna become an animal?
I mean, it's a bit strange on the inky thing, that inky thing.
One. I had actually used some of that for my dogs because they had severe anxiety during thunderstorms and stuff. And and it's very gentle. So I would have maybe, actually purchased some of those to take, but we don't need to. That's what's so beautiful about this, is that we just, and it doesn't have to go through our digestive system. So it kind of mess all that up. It's just, I vibrate into my water. The new one that we got that's got 370, I forget what it's called now, but it's got the Medica and other stuff mixed together.
Oh, the vital substances?
No.
Do you mean the homeopathic section?
I guess I'll look it up because
the Healy.
It has to be on the pink dot, though.
No,
are you talking about the pink dot app or the resonance?
On the resonance. And I just can't. I'll tell you in a minute what it's at because I was going in there just now.
I mean, the biggest section is, from what I remember, is a homeopathic.
Yeah,
it takes quite a long time to scan that one.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It does, because there's 370. Okay, it's creative homeopathy.
Homeopathy, yes.
See, they combined them all together. So it's your head and your body.
So you vibrate that whole thing into your water?
Well, after you
analyze. Okay, gotcha. I was like,
oh
wow.
How is that affecting your body, Diana?
It's helping me a lot. I have more vitality, more energy, more, and of course I do the Schulzer salts because I used to cramp so bad at night. I mean, so bad. Legs, toes, you name it, Plus I broke my ankle many years ago. So all those little muscles on the side of my leg would cramp because trying to hold my ankle up all day, it was bad. And since I've been doing the Schulzer salts, and I do both of them.
So let me ask you, do you vibrate all of that into your water along with doing the vibration, the blue dot vibration?
She's saying that she was using the resonance for it.
Yeah, here's what when I wake up in the morning, I vibrate certain programs like the pain, because I have knee pain, ankle pain, all that. So I do pain. First thing when I wake up, I just vibrate it. I don't do the pink. I do the pink dot too. Yeah, but not when I first. Okay, so I vibrate certain things, the meridians, the harmony. I vibrate that 5 or 6, 7 minutes in the morning. I also do different ones at night, but during the day, I put all of those good stuff, the vital substances, the salts, the homeopathy, all the stuff into my water, and I drink it all day long.
Okay, so you're doing the creative homeopathic and the vital substances.
I do the bush flowers, the Australian,
all of them.
Yeah, everything I can think of that's good for me that I need, because I've not been one.
That is a lot of frequency, woman.
I know
that is a lot.
It's good.
Okay, I'm going to share with y'all what happened to me last week. I vibrated at 100%, but I vibrated the microcurrent. I didn't vibrate the resonance. Okay, I vibrated the microcurrent of one of the beauty programs. Okay, so I did the pink dot. I connected it to my large gallon water jar, and I had diarrhea like you would not believe, straight through me every time I dropped the glass.
Wow. Too much.
And you're not getting
too
that.
much.
It's too much frequency. I mean,
too much.
I can't imagine running that much frequency, but you're doing the resonance, which is a different level of frequency.
It is. And the other thing is that I've never been one, I don't know what it is, but I've never been one to take a lot of vitamins and over the counter kind of, I've just not ever done it. So my body is starving for
Sucking it up.
Yeah. So I think that's why I haven't had any of the toxic.
But also, I'm wondering if the resonance is because we do know it's a different, and I'm not sure the difference. Do you know the difference, Destiny?
I don't really understand it.
Between the microcurrent and the resonance current, do we know?
Yeah, one works within your bioenergetic field, which is I don't know what kind of current that is.
But how does that affect the water is what I'm wondering. What the difference in those two currents would be. Because see, that's what
okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that the microcurrent, we know that the microcurrent goes to the cellular level,
right?
And it changes things there, like the molecular structure of it. But as far as the bioenergetic field goes, I'm not quite sure. I couldn't tell you exactly like how much frequency you're getting within your field. As far as the changes that happen.
But if you're running that frequency into the water is then picking up that frequency, so it's going directly into you.
It's not the same as the vibration, for sure.
Yeah.
And the vibration, I only do 37 seconds, sometimes only 17 seconds. Yeah. I don't do long vibrations. I do short.
But in your water, or when you're vibrating in general?
Water, everything. The only ones I do for 1 minute is the pain. And the only one I do any longer than that is the sleep. I do the sleep. I vibrate the sleep right before I go to sleep for 26 minutes.
Oh. When you guys are talking like this, I would just begin to listen to each one of you. And it will be so good. I know how we saw these girls where they did about the beauty, but each one of them kind of choose something that they're working on. So they say, hey, let's say I'm working on my liver because, that's what I'm working on. Okay. So I did go to the doctor and they said my liver is anyway, my cholesterol is 3 times more than normal human. That's what they said. And then so they are here to give me some prescription on all that. You know what? I'm committed since yesterday. I put I put the cholesterol. Anyways, I put something that said I don't know if you say cholesterol. Anyway, it had to do with cholesterol, but it shows me like 18 program or whatnot. So I'm beginning to. I ran that. Then I finished it this today. So, and I'm going to run other stuff. So what I was thinking is that I know we have we're running all different things, but there are specific things that we are working on, she's talking about pain. What other things that help you support the pain or the pain, ankle pain, whatever it is that, you're dealing with. So it would be good if we, because I think you also create a consciousness and being awareness and intentionality that I think Julie, you're actually very good because you're talking about you do journaling in terms of what you
every day.
So that'd be good. That's a good lesson for us, individually to actually actually work on and say, hey, I'm working on this, and these are the frequencies I use. These are this one and this one, and then to you notice when you do this, what you notice. When you do this, what you notice. Like you just vibrated. See what she did. She vibrated 80%, 100%. This is a fact. So it may be specific to her body structure, but it is also something for us to take into consideration when we want to do this. What we don't want to make it to that, because even though her body is not our body, it may affect us that way. So something that is a learning tool that we can begin to document, begin to put things together. I think that would be so good.
I'm actually publishing a book for us to track. Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing a journal that we'll be able to get. That's for Healy. It's specified specifically for Healy to track what you're doing and the results that you're getting.
So different results. And base again, is going to be based on your experiences, Yeah,
but like and it's a journal for you.
Right. Oh, it's a journal of okay.
A tracker that where you can manage it and look at it and keep it organized.
Yeah.
Journal. You're creating a journal. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, like what journal that Julie has. You're creating one that we
that's specifically for Healy.
Yeah. I made my own spreadsheet when I first started because I couldn't keep track.
Yes, so like a spreadsheet.
So I made my own spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Which ones I microcurrent, which ones I vibrated.
Yes. And then what your experience was, and so.
And I was thinking about you though. Maybe if you had done the pink dot not at 100%.
Oh, she changed it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I changed it. Yeah, I put it. Yeah, so I'm vibrating today, and I'm only doing it at 60%, I think, and it's a different one, but I'm doing that. So I'll see. I'll let y'all know how it goes.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because, yeah.
And does it matter that you use glass jar?
Yes.
Or that you use?
I was going to ask that because Doc Steve said to use copper.
Yeah. Well, and those girls too. Those girls who are talking. Remember that when you listen to the beauty, they use a copper too. So they use a copper.
So I have copper going into my water.
Okay, you have copper.
And so, yes, my husband says it looks like Frankenstein, what I did. I just made up my own. He goes, this is your Frankenstein jar. Like your Frankenstein jar.
So you purchased a jar that is a copper jar or what? Okay, tell us.
I'm using a glass, like you would use at a party. It was for my daughter's weddings. Okay. Where I put drink in it. It's a glass jar.
Okay.
It holds about 2 gallons of water.
Okay.
I'm putting distilled water in it.
Okay.
And then I bought on Amazon some copper plates. And they were just 2 little plates, and they're pure copper, okay? Because sometimes you can get stuff that's copper colored.
Right.
You got to make sure it's copper. And then I went to Home Depot and I bought some copper wire for I think it's like 26 cents a foot or something.
Okay.
And I bought enough wire and I wrapped it around the jar.
Okay.
And then I took the wire and I brought it up and over into the jar so it touches the water.
Okay.
Okay. And then I have the copper plates underneath the jar.
Okay.
And then I also I put words on it. I put names of God.
Names of God. Yeah, that's what I saw. Okay.
Because we know but from the scientific studies the Japanese doctor did, that you can write words and put it on water and it will vibrate. It will pick up the vibrations of those words. So I wrote Jehovah, which is Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh Rapha, which is my God that heals, right? And then I also put Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh Jireh, God my provider. And so I have those 2 names, and that's just what I was led to do. I put those 2 names around the jar, also underneath the copper, so they're against the jar. And that's what I'm vibrating.
Wow. I love it. I love it.
How long have you been doing that, Caroline?
I just started it last week.
Oh my goodness.
The jar.
Could you
I'll show you the jar.
I want to see the jar.
that too. And would you mind sending to the Telegram group the things that you bought at Home Depot. Well, I know the wire you're talking about, but
It's just plain copper wire. It's just little bitty wire.
I actually have it because I have for my jewelry. I have copper for jewelry.
Oh, cool. Oh, I used to have one of those. Where did I do with it?
How come I don't see what you're showing everybody?
The wire going down.
Oh, you might have to change. You might have to change your gallery view, Mama.
I'm not in the gallery. Okay, gallery.
I just use these big.
I just have it wrapped around.
Oh yeah. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
you've
here
got
on this
it in
side,
the
here's the Yod Hey
Hebrew.
Vav Hey Rapha.
Oh,
Right, Rapha. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we see what the copper plates look like that you put on there?
Yeah. Oh, the copper plates.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Okay, so you could just buy that at Home Depot, or you said you got
that
that?
No, Home Depot did not have the copper plates. They have copper-like plates, but these are. I can look. I'll look because my husband. I just put him on the task. I didn't.
Yes,
I need copper. I need copper plates.
Honey-do list.
So I'll find it. I'll look for the link, and he just found it on Amazon. I just, I was like, make sure it's only copper. That it's not pretend.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes,
so I'll find that link and I'll put it on the Telegram group. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I've been wanting to do the water for a while now. I just haven't, and I think thank you so much. Yeah.
I think that water. Are you kidding? As soon as I was like, oh my gosh, no, we need to be doing this.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm driven by the word and by the spiritual aspect of all of this. And honestly, and so it's like, no, this is important.
Yes.
It's important that we're doing this in this time, what we're called to in who we are within the kingdom.
Yes.
Amen.
And so that's why. So I was in Michigan with my new grandbaby, being born.
Congratulations.
And so I got my son-in-law, he was going to get something at Home Depot for the baby, or I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, I was like, pick me up copper wire. And I thought I might be able to do it there, but it was too much going on. So I had to wait until I got home to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
that's why it's only been 1 week.
Now, not having the lid on top, are you concerned about getting any particles in there or anything?
Okay, so what I do after I vibrate it, right? I pull those wires out because and then I just put the lid on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it keeps the lid on. Yeah, no, I thought of that.
I seem to remember the chap. I always forget his name. The one that told us about this water. You'll know, Destiny. I seem to remember that the water will last several days, even if you're taking the water out and adding new, because it's going to take the memory from the other water.
And so that's like the Bach flowers. So then you have like Bach flowers, because that's how Bach flower frequency is done.
Oh, right.
Same way.
Yeah.
You can just take a drop of a Bach flower frequency and put it in a glass of water, and then you can take that glass of water and drink most of it, and then you can just take it and pour it in a pitcher, and that whole pitcher of water is full of the frequency.
That's what I do.
I mean, I've got a copper kettle. It's more of an ornamental one. I can use it. So I did do the water in that kettle. Cool. But then I decanted. I don't know if that was right. Then I decanted it into something else. But I am going to look.
So I don't know. I'm not sure about putting it in the refrigerator. Can you do that? What does that do?
I'm sure he said you can.
Okay, so after you finish, you can put it in the refrigerator.
I'm sure that's what he said you can.
I like my water cold. I don't like
it. I do too.
Yeah, I put mine in the fridge.
So Caroline, since you've been doing that, with the exception of the last situation that you said that you had, have you noticed benefits and how you feel and what's going on? Like,
takes a while.
I haven't noticed anything because of I haven't. But I'm anticipating seeing this. Okay,
so your intent
to anticipate
is your intent.
We need to be intent on this, but we also need to be it's not a quick fix.
Yeah.
Right. we've got to be consistent.
Yes.
And rest in the
Mhm.
shalom, and place the intent, and then see. And I do believe, though, within 6 months, but then see, that goes back to what you're doing, Julie, which is tracking, because see, I think this tracking is very important in,
I mean, I've tracked since I've started.
in what we're doing.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that we can actually see where the improvements are, and be able to measure that, and then to come up with, and honestly, maybe even come up with this sounds weird, okay, but come up with our own protocols, right?
So that's not funny.
Awesome.
We
haven't we all done that already?
recommend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We are
this is
creating our
what
own
we have done.
protocol.
This is the protocol we follow, because I believe from a scientific standpoint, without measurement, it's like, how are we going to be able to tell? Especially like, okay, if I'm looking at you every week, Julie, I just see you as Julie. Now, if somebody looks at you from whenever, let's say 5 months ago, let's just use an arbitrary date, 5 months ago, and then they don't show up again, and then all of a sudden they look at you and they see you again, they're like, wait a minute, who is that lady?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at someone every day or once a week or whatever, you're used to their appearance.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's why I think it's important that we track and we see what we're doing, and then do we change? Do we feel different? Which we do know that we do. I mean, Diana, you run that pain. I run the pain also, Diana. Okay.
Yeah.
And, and there's an immediate difference.
Right. Well, I know I actually fell, and I didn't break anything, thank God, but my elbow. So immediately I iced it and ran the Healy. Do you know, that was it. I didn't have pain the next day. I mean, it's like amazing, right?
It really is.
But you're right. If we don't track that kind of stuff, then
we're not going to have that as a testimony.
We all have testimonies, and we forget.
And we need to have those testimonies, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
They're
right.
so encouraging.
So, Julie, when you do yours, when you right, do you so we have you have a database, like, okay, today I took this is the outcome, or what you do.
I mean, it's quite simple actually, because so really how it works for me, and it sounds funny, but because I've had trouble with my digestion and bowels for quite a while. I mean, quite honestly, when I started Healy, I was in a bit of a bad shape. I know you said you could see it, I've changed, from looking at me when I first started. I was in a bit of a bad shape, to be honest. I was desperate. So I would actually start with how I slept, whether I use a sleep program or not, because all the other things are contributing to my sleep in a good way, I believe. And then I know it sounds a bit personal, but I'd track my bowels as well.
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just would put down whether it's blue dot or red dot. It's very simple, pink dot.
Yeah, that you use. Okay,
it's extremely simple. I would I know I've got the lists to track, which I've done, but I would just put them down. And then if I saw something like, for instance, I could see that I was releasing water, going to number one, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder if that's retained water retention that's being helped. Do you see what I mean? Because we don't always know if you've got water retention.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think, well, what did I have the day before? What was I running? I mean, I do run vital substances nearly every day. And Schussler salts quite frequently, but I'm not. I would love to do more than I am. Just the time I'm out quite a bit and busy. So yeah, I would just track. Another thing I'm seeing as well, I feel as if I'm absorbing my food better. That's what I seem to
along
think.
with the digestion. Have you run meridian liver?
I have, not very often, but I have, yes. I mean, I really, when I hear, I mean, I know it's a bit, I know it sounds a bit personal, but I really, when I hear, I mean, I know it's the different ones speaking, like the one that did the deep cycle. Is it the one that spoke on that? I don't know if you heard. It was really, really good.
Yes, I did.
And
Who did that?
you know,
Who did that one?
The
Oh,
guy
I
who
can't
created
remember.
it, right? I
Yeah,
think the guy that
yeah.
invented it.
I don't know if
for
he's
those frequencies.
Swedish or Norwegian, but
It was
Okay.
very good, very informative.
very, very good. And of course I should realize this, but our bodies go through cycles. So, you know, so it's, you know, it is dependent as well on which cycle our body's going through. So I say it's quite simple what I'm doing. I'm not really doing anything high powered, but I just do record what I've used.
So that you can keep track and you see and you.
That's right. I mean, I don't know why some days I don't sleep well. You know, sometimes I've done the sleep program, but I might have done it too late. You know, so that's quite good to track. Did I leave it too late?
I've been mine's been
worked
showing
for
up a
you?
lot of the job. Is it Job or job programs?
Job
programs, and it's been showing a lot of exhaustion lately.
Yes, I got that. It's been happening.
I've been getting that one. It's weird. Like exhaustion, acute exhaustion system,
Right.
and then another one. And I'm just like, oh, I wonder what's going on. I wonder why that's happening.
It really
The one
does.
thing I noticed, remember I told you guys of what the doctor said this week, but every time I run, I run this and this, I always get liver. So, and
with your cholesterol.
yeah, every time I run, every time I do this, and it always, I will have a deep, go to this deep meridian, or, and anyway, it will say liver, you know, and so that's what my commitment is now, working on my liver. So
Right. Well, that's good. Destiny, with the exhaustion, that is actually an emotional. Okay. Yes, it's affecting you physically, but it's that exhaustion, I believe, is in our unconscious mind. That's where that's being stored. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just talking, but I mean, this is just
there's been a lot that's happened in our
my feeling about it. And that is,
I agree.
and so that you're carrying pressure that's stored within your soul, that is within those gates, and that needs release.
Yeah.
And so it's in your unconscious mind, and that's what that's addressing.
Well, you're accurate on that. There's been a lot that's gone on, so that would make sense. So it like whatever is going on in the natural sense that's maybe stressful is connected to the emotional aspect of it that's showing up on the Healy. Is what you're saying. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I've been running the programs. I've been running it on vibration, and then also at least once a day on the microcurrent. So hopefully that'll help.
I need to. I want to ask a question. Remember, I guess it's in our Telegram group, because my cable also broke. And I told my cable broke. So I thought that I had another one, but I didn't. Because there was a time they had sent me only one. So then I requested, I thought they sent me two, but they sent me another one to make it even. So, but I remember you had mentioned, you had given us a list where we can actually go and purchase a cable. But I don't know. I don't know if they have it for shop, you know.
Didn't you have one in your freebie, you know, at the road show? Didn't you get
those
one in your?
Those are the bracelets.
Only the bracelets, not the
mean.
cable. Yeah,
not the leads.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my cable just it got caught at the head of the bed.
Yeah.
I
get caught up all the time on something.
I know.
I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And so I know it was coming, because when you're doing things, you're not just sitting down. I know it would be good to just sit down and do that, but our life does not permit that. So I was carrying things and moving like, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to, I know what time is over, but I actually wanted to kind of remind us that they said that the search engine that would, the Healy search, which is supposed to end this month, they're going to extend it for next month. and to allow people, I guess there were some issues. People were trying to order it, and it's still not they're not able to do that as fast as they could. So they added another month to September to have that happen.
The advisory app, Mama.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I put it.
Yeah, I heard them say something about that. Yeah.
Huh?
I heard them say something about it, but I wasn't sure how long they were doing it for. But that's good.
Yeah,
that's
they mentioned I wanted them to.
Hey, there's me.
Oh, I see you. I'm showing you. Hey.
I think you're sharing me.
A screenshot. Let me show you. That is funny.
Talk about looking close.
But I wanted to show us. Yeah, there we go. So those are the things. I don't know if you can see it now. When I guess make a full screen and then do share. Hopefully it's gonna. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Can you see it now? So they say
Yes.
it moves up to next. Oh, I know it's showing everything. The next month, which is September. I wish they had it written in this, but they had it, but they just said it. So they said it. I just came and typed it in. So, and then a reminder of what I say, the registration. They said this is one of the Frequency Friday you don't want to miss. I know that all of them is really, they're all wonderful, but they said this one you don't want to miss. And I think one of the things that they mentioned, and from the people that are there and the office is like they're also creating something. You know how I think Antonia was asking what is healing. I know we have the candle, the burning candle, and all of the stuff. But again, like he says, when you really look at it, it's like what makes this work. We don't really. Yeah, we can give all this, but they say they're coming with a 3-sentence or 2-sentence or even shorter for a description where we can give to people when they ask. So I'm excited for that coming. And again, making sure that that you're able to participate with so that we can have some of our questions answered or be able to help more people with their questions and concern is being able to attend those Tech Tuesday or on WhatsApp Wednesday. And even if we don't attend, just to be able, the Thursday one, of course, Healy for beginners and beyond, but also helps us to, answer some of the questions that we might as well have. And we have opportunities to go back to look at it. So then they talked about, I don't know if any of you have gotten this. I don't know, Caroline, do you have that? The well-being program is released. Should anybody have that?
I got the boost. I got the boost thing that we were talking about, or that I posted on there. I looked on it today, but I don't know about the well-being program.
Yeah, I haven't. I saw that mentioned today too, and I haven't checked to see yet.
I haven't got it.
I'm actually looking at it right now just to see
what it, so anyway, they did some description
but
of
usually it comes up because I've run my pink dot and my resonance today, and none of the updates have showed up, and it said that it may what I read was that it may take a few days, that some people may have it and some others may not have it yet.
Yeah, I think some people do. Yes, that you're right. So that's what they said too. So, and then of course, making sure we have so you remember when they started sending out the little brochure, they open and sing songs?
Yes.
Again, they said, now that.
I didn't get mine until like just recently.
I didn't get mine till 3 months ago too. I mean, 2 or 3 months ago.
We got it 2 or 3 months ago. I didn't get it until like a month ago.
Are you talking about the coherence, or which one are you talking about?
No, about that brochure.
The brochure that sings.
Oh, I didn't get one. I didn't get one yet.
Yeah, so I think they stopped it because I think they stopped it. So now they created everything that is in that brochure is right here, and I could have added more stuff too. Because it's like, I think here has like seven little videos that they said if immediately you get somebody before even they get there, if somebody register or send their purchase, that you should send this to them because it helps them to, at least begin
Understand.
to get to know the program. So anyway, so I wanted to share that, and I know that some of you attended the WhatsApp today. But please try to register, and let's see what he has to offer. And he's always amazing when he teaches. So let's get so that we can at least have something to talk about that is going to build all of us up. So if we don't have any questions, any other thing, I will say we should call it a day for today.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very
let me- I
much.
gotta-
Thank you.
Did I-
Thank you, Mama Rose. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Been
Did I stop
very
sharing?
enjoyable.
Bye bye. I gotta stop sharing. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
And Dan
Bye,
is already gone.
Kathy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate
God
you.
bless you all.
Okay,
God
bless you
bless you.
too. Shalom. Bye bye.
Bye.